Alright, and now we're ready to go after Dr. Cossack. And you can see by his castle that he's probably Russian. Pretty neat looking castle. And as a tradition of the past few Mega Man games, we start in an outside area. I love the snow and how it makes you go slower. And there's also a freebie E-Tank there. And we have new enemies to battle. A spring enemy, because why not? Spring, Slinky. I always thought those guys were kind of funny. They go right along with the gumball machines. Ring Boomerang takes them out pretty quickly. And speaking of special weapons, we have not used the Rain Flush. It is great on those wheeler enemies. I swear those things must have been stolen straight out of Kirby. Sometimes if you need time to charge up an attack, just shoot them so you don't have to worry about dodging them for a moment, and then proceed to shoot over his head. You could take Rush Jet through this part as well. That's also an acceptable method of getting through here. But yeah, you have icy platforms, you have guys popping out of holes, and you have these skeletons. It's a very nasty combination. So you're going to want to use Rush Jet or some combination of special weapons there. And that is not the way we want to go. Oh, there we go. And we'll fill up the Toad with that refill. And there will be a guy popping out here. Ooh, there we go. Getting close to the edge is kind of difficult when the platforms are icy. I didn't want to take too many risks there. And here we need utility. You can use Rush Coil. You can use these balloons. We'll show off the balloons. You can also use them in the air and make your jump. That works as well. We'll come up here and grab the weapon refill. And I think we're just going to use Rush Jet to get across this section. Or maybe we're not. This section here, it's always given me some troubles. Let's try this again. Alright, that worked. And these guys are still weak to the drill bomb. Now, most of the bosses in the castle stages are weak to either ring, dust, or drill. So it's kind of unfortunate that we'll be seeing these weapons a lot. And this is a giant moth-like enemy. And if the battle does go on long enough, it can destroy the floor and create bottomless pits. And that's not where you want to be. Alright, now we're ready for Stage 2. Have I mentioned I enjoy this theme as well? This is one of my other two favorite tunes. from the game. And here's an interesting little design. I always thought that was kind of unique. And now I'm going to use the wire utility to destroy that machine up there. Kind of silly how that works. But it's fun, and that's the point. This is an obvious rush jet section. We're going to want to move him upwards after we miss that weapon refill, because the ladder to go up is there. And we have new platforms as well. These are not instant death spikes. You can take a hit by them, but it's still not recommended because they will still do damage to you and knock you back. So with these, you just have to time them, and it's not too tricky. And we have a bat. We'll use the wire. We could use rush coil here, but we'll have that in other games, whereas we won't have the wire. So we'll use the wire the way it was intended to be used. Overall, I don't find the castle stages too difficult in this game, but they're not quite as memorable as I would like them to be. A couple of them are. A couple of them are fairly unique. I don't feel the need for any of those power-ups, so I'll just skip those. But I'll go ahead and get this. And so to use the wire adapter, just look up. You can see Mega Man looking up, and then you just fire it. And now I believe we fight a giant wall. It's like the demon wall from Final Fantasy IV. Well, right number, but wrong franchise. It's weak to the Dust Crusher. Sometimes if you take a couple hits there, that's okay. Just kind of make sure you out-damage him and you'll win this. You'll want to slide underneath him. If you don't, he'll kind of just crunch you into the wall and deal some damage. Shooting him actually helps too. And there's some weird little glitchy stuff, but I'm just having fun. Someone has to. I also enjoy the boss battle music in this as well. And there goes the wall. Dust Crusher works because you fill a wall with dust and it gets old and crumbles away. Or something. You know, I should really stop trying to inject logic into a Mega Man game that uses Slinkies and gumball machines as enemies.